Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the next episode. I can't remember, was this 18 maybe? Of here on New Frontier. We're just getting, I just had a little bit of a problem with these logs here. I was just starting the day off here, cleaning up a little bit of, well anyways, I'm really just trying to print some more money to be honest with you, but in the back 40 here, cleaning out a little bit more of the new land that we had expanded to, and just had a weird glitch with some logs. So, but yeah. Anyways, I've been cutting down trees and moving them around, and I haven't put any into the sawmill yet. I was just kind of bunching them all up, as you can obviously see by the big bunch of trees just over yonder. That is not a big bush. That's trees. Yeah, these two were getting stuck in the ground for some reason, and they were like basically trying to catapult my tractor across the map. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get an early start here so we could kind of get some work done and have some money in the bank, so to speak, sitting here for us. But we'll come back to this. You know what? I don't need the winch. Let's just leave the winch here because that's gonna be there for us when we want to pull all those trees into the sawmill right down this road. Speaking of road. Did I do a lot? I didn't do a lot. I mean, I expanded and cleaned up some of the road here. Built a little bit of a side road since the last time we saw each other. Remember after the big construction project? Definitely hit everything with some more textures in that. The lighting's not on. I threw some great lights down the back wall here. They're basically exactly what I was hoping for. Just provides a little bit of illumination down this back alley here, and yeah, it's good. I'm trying to decide what this area on the end of our land here is going to end up as. So with buffalo milk comes the opportunity to put, and everybody's told me that I must do this, is make buffalo mozzarella. So we need a dairy for that, and I mean, there's a reasonable building. Reasonable, it's like a few $100,000, I think. So I think we can put in one of these two, I believe. Oh yeah, I like this one. But for $210,000, of which we're not too far off anyways, we could slap this in somewhere and produce our buffalo milk. It's kind of funny because it does sort of scream retail shop. It says business hours right on the front, so it is. And it's got that big dumb milk bottle on top. So, you know, the thought is that locals cruising through here could come and you know, do something with it. So I just had to think about where we want to put it. Somebody had mentioned perhaps building out a commercial area, maybe more up near the farmers market and that. But I get it. I maybe in future similar playthroughs I will, but I'm just kind of trying to keep things as convenient as possible for us in this one. But anyways, yeah, so this will for $210,000 should go in somewhere, so we can make our buffalo milk. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We're a little ways from well, we don't have any buffaloes yet, so that makes a difference. But so with this building, I did grab the forage wagon and the Fent, and I've been putting some straw. What do I got? I got some straw in here, and I have some hay. I picked up in the sale. There was 7 straw bales for sale. I think I paid like $300 for them or something, some stupid amount, like next to nothing. So that I just brought that right in here and dumped it right in there. So the fans just started. Anyways, yeah, so this building, I just love this building actually. So what I don't think it shows anywhere, like as you put food in, I don't think it shows food anywhere, and I don't think it shows straw anywhere. Like normally if you put straw in for bedding, as you start to see it fill up and then you can see it deplete again. I don't think you see that in here, but you know what, if the trade-off is, well, there's lights in here too, eh? Oh no, the lights are automatic, I think. If the trade-off are these fans, then I'll take it all day long. These fans are so cool. Need to see more of that in the game. Anyways, yeah, so this tractor is just about out of fuel, but we want to get the harvester running because we do have that corn harvest that I tried to start in the last episode is ready now. I don't know why I don't remember last time I harvested corn, to be honest with you. So I guess I would clearly notice if if I knew that the corn was supposed to be brown, that it wasn't ready. So now it's brown, so obviously it's ready. So we'll go get the harvester and get somebody rocking that. What else did I do? I did take some more trees down. No, all the wood has sold. I did take some trees out right along. So this field here, once it's harvested, and I'll be ready to kind of expand it a little bit into this kind of area that's open here. So I did take a few trees out of here. Over in this area, oh my god, we have so many seedlings now. So there's a pallet of 300 seedlings, saplings, whatever, and I want to say those are oaks. Yeah, because I think it says when it's oak, but it always says northern catalpa. There's 600. These ones are lodgepole pines. There's 60 in there. So there's 600 oaks there and 60 lodgepole pines. And these are oaks. So there's like 840 oak trees to go in. Oh, God. That'll be fun. But yeah, I've just been every time there's used saplings. It sounds weird. Every time there's a pallet of saplings that were returned, I guess, as part of another order. Maybe it's why they're there. I don't know. But I always scoop them up, and they're not super expensive. So that's good news. I've got to figure out how to get buffalo bought. So that's once we get the harvester rolling, we'll have to kind of figure out what to do for buffalo. Ideally, what we want to do is get a tractor trailer, tractor, right? A truck, and that animal transport trailer, the big one, and then we can cart buffalo back and forth from the animal dealer. Ideally, now I did see I did see a truck in the sale that we can look at. Almost missed. I did not see a trailer, but then I haven't checked for a little while. I pretty much started cutting trees down at around 7 o'clock in game, and it's 9 o'clock now, so it's possible that something has materialized. This should go a lot better than the last time I tried to do this. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I do have extended straw crops. So I was curious of whether or not I would get straw from corn, and obviously I am. And it looks like a fair size swath is coming out there, so that's good. Honestly, I would do this harvest myself. Maybe I should. I remember to pick the straw up off the walkway there. But I kind of wanted to get a worker on it so we could get a couple other things done. Just trying to figure out what angle they might start at. I think this is probably fair to say. So actually, I'm realizing if we had oats growing behind us, this would be kind of a tight little area to maneuver. All right, what if I put a worker like this? This is just going to drop straw right on the path. All right, we'll have to get that picked up. Let me see if I can get a worker set up here. I'm kind of worried right now because of the way workers have been sort of doing their own thing. So I think we'll just kind of go ahead and get this field done. The next field is a little bit more rectangular. This one has obviously the dog leg piece of it and that. So I think I might just see. This can't take me that long, right, to get through this. Yeah, I should be able to get this done. And then we'll have to figure out. Oh, anyways, that'll give the store time, the owners at the store there, to get a little bit more stuff in for us. I think we got an opportunity to spend some money today with the trees. I probably got about 50,000 liters of trees sitting fresh cut that you saw me pulling around this morning, plus the $150,000 that I have right now. I think we're sitting in a good spot to be able to get ourselves set up with the buffaloes. There's nothing. So really, I need a way to transport them, and I need to purchase the buffaloes. I don't think I'm going to buy 300 buffaloes. Maybe it makes sense to start with like 100 of them or something. but I like to get firing away there. I will have to check to see how much milk we can store. I don't know how quickly they produce milk, so if they start really hammering on the milk, then we're gonna have to figure out how to store it, and then we'll want to get producing. We'll want to put ourselves in a spot where we can begin producing the mozzarella. Buffalo mozzarella, eh? Actually, the sort of harvested ground looks cool too, with the ground deformation and then the different textures. It'd be cool to see this field once it's all harvested. I think it's gonna look. I think it'll look like something happened here. Oh, we're not quite. Well, I mean, that's kind of the equivalent of one trip around, because I didn't really run it down the full length of that one side, so it's yielding pretty good. I mean, we know that we had done all the stuff we needed to do to get the maximum, almost the maximum yield bonus. I think we're at like 70 or 97% or whatever. I just don't know how much corn we get. So this corn is going to go into the small grain production over there by the cooperage, and then from there it will turn into corn flour. There's 100%, and we'll turn it into corn flour, and we'll turn it into, I guess, maybe the corn tortillas. We'll have to do the math and see if those are worth it. I can't remember whether we just want to stop at the flour or whether we want to make the tortillas also. Probably should get a trailer over here, but we're doing this again. I think we can almost take the straw off this field and put it immediately into the buffalo enclosure there, because I think it holds like, does it hold, oh, I didn't even need to take the header off really. Does it hold 2 million liters maybe? It holds a ridiculous amount of straw, so we'll be able to probably just not even have to worry about putting it into the hayloft there. We probably just put it right into the animal enclosure. That does not empty very quickly. But you only ever figure those things out when you're actually trying to empty something. I was kind of thinking that I might have buffalo in there already by the time you guys showed up today, but then I sort of slowed myself down and thought, well, you know, it'd be kind of fun to get all that sorted out with you guys. We may not want to do, well, I don't know what that big sort of tractor trailer, I don't even know how much it costs, to be honest, so maybe something that I cheap out and decide not to get the big trailer. But yeah, I don't know how much that tractor trailer costs, and it'd be just so, or I should say trailer anyways, but it'd be so cool if there was one on sale. All right, that's the second full load. That's 20,000, basically be, what are we, 10.5 per, so we're 21,000, 21,000 liters of corn so far. I don't think we'll get another 10 off of this field, but even if we got half of that, maybe we're 26,000 liters total there. I think the other field is larger, so could we end up with 50,000 liters or so? Where's the thing for this? So if we look at corn flour, so from corn flour we can make corn tortillas, I guess, right? That's it there. So corn flour comes in at $1,700 max. Corn tortillas is $2,000. So let's see what the recipe calls for. Corn flour is 1 for 1. Corn tortilla is about 20%. I'm guessing, so there's a 20% drop, and I think what is 1,700 is about 85% of 1,700 is about 85% of 2,000, and it's about 80% reduction. So I think we're going to stick with corn flour. Corn flour looks like it's going to be the way to go here. All right, it's time to get rich on corn flour. It's good to be us. I'm going to hit out this row while we're down here. So we've got some nice straight lines, so it'll be easy to pick this up afterwards with the forage wagon. A forage wagon of which I really desperately want to increase the size of it, but we're still in somewhat frugal mode. Suffer as far as you can, invest in infrastructure and land, and if you've got a vehicle that'll do a job, then do the best with it you can while you for now. So over this, we're gonna reach across. But yeah, that's sometimes when you live by the motto like that of making the most of what you have, then it's some uncomfortable moments. There's a couple other changes to the yard over there that we can go over and look at, but I did put a second pallet storage building in there, so it is set up for pallet storage. I think, actually, did we put that? I can't remember now. I haven't edited last episode. So we have the 3 hydroponic greenhouses now. Behind those we have the two greenhouses that we had already. We now have 2 mushroom greenhouses. We have 2 pallet storage buildings, and then we have the other 3 greenhouses. So I think we're probably all there for greenhouses. I don't want to maybe do myself any more brain damage, which is really all you get from chasing pallets all day long with a greenhouse. I hope we never come to the day where I feel like I need to just sell automatically, but you never know. We might get there. Greenhouses might become too hot to handle. This is working well. I could definitely get behind a giant cornfield. It's satisfying harvesting this because it gives you. I mean, you have a real clear, unharvested and harvested look, and it does make a decent sound. So yeah, I could see us doing something larger, and then at $1,700 per 1,000 liters. We've essentially. I am not doing math, but every 10,000 liters is what, $17,000 roughly. So we've definitely made some money on this land. This is going to hit the building, isn't it? The pipe there is just too dang long. I was kind of thinking that I'd put this one on a worker too, but I guess what I'm concerned with the last patch, it seems to have taught the workers to jump into the middle of a field and start there versus, for example, starting on the headland, which is what I would typically ask them if they were harvesting a field like this, because you can think about it. In reality, you're not gonna race to the middle of your property to harvest. To begin harvesting your corn, you're gonna do your headlands first, and maybe 2 headlands, and then give yourself some working space, right? Because if you just jump to the middle, you're just gonna destroy so much of the actual product. So I don't want to see the worker just do that. Not to mention then, when it's time to empty them, if they're still stuck in the middle, I'm gonna have to drive over the crops in order to allow them to empty. And like, while a worker can just drive over the crops and not destroy it, I can't do that. I'll just destroy the crops, right? So yes, that is unfortunate because I don't know. I mean, we don't. You know what? As long as the patch comes out before we get to the next, whatever the next major harvest is, then we're good. No, we don't have anything in the ground right now that we have to worry about, but in the springtime we're going to be putting oats and more corn back in, so they better get it fixed by then, you know what I'm saying? The straw swath that this puts down is actually quite massive. I'll be curious to see how much that actually picks up. I'm hoping when we're done this and we go to check the store, I hope we see a truck, like the tractor. I hope we see an animal transport trailer, and I hope we see a large forage wagon and everything. I gotta pay attention. I didn't have anything to note. I just looked over at at the monitor and noticed that it was 99% and slammed on the brakes as it hit 100. That was lucky. But yeah, it'd be nice to see those things in the store. Actually, we may, while this is, you know what we're going to do? While this is empty, we're just going to check. I don't want to bring over like 10 buffaloes at a time and have to make 10 trips just to get to 100 of them. Okay, what do we got here? I don't believe I saw these tree saplings earlier, and I don't think that's for the planter that I have. Okay, I don't have anything on that row. If we do get a truck, there's a Volvo. If we do get a truck, stuff like this is going to come in handy when we start to move slurry, and well, the slurry we'll just hopefully put on in a sprayer and use it in our fields. There's a beast, but I don't want to spend $200,000 for that. They're throwing all kinds of tractors at us. Oh, there's that. I think I mentioned that harvester. I saw that before. So somewhere down here, oh, there's a big tipper trailer. Somewhere down here, I saw a cab and chassis. Okay, that's a nice looking tractor right there. And these are Stevie mods, so they are fully color customizable. Oh, that's a sick look. That's a sick tractor right there. I guess that truck sold maybe. Nope, there it is. I checked these bales, they're only single bales. Okay, so $17,000. I have zero experience with this truck, nor do I have any experience with what type of wheel setup we would put on it. But like I would literally just need a truck to run around and move things locally here. Like I'm not going on any long trips. There, for $17,800. Wait. $18,000. we get a truck. I guess we can give this a try because then we know that I mean I do want to find a trailer for it. So let's just I knew about that truck, so that wasn't a surprise. I did have a feeling that we were going to purchase that. What we want to see is an animal transport. Is that my harvester? I was just asking about this. 50,000 liters instead of 22 that our current forage wagon. $67,000. We're gonna look and see what ours is worth. So ours is worth $25,000. We can probably repair it, so maybe we can get like 27, 28, 50. So it could end up being about 20 grand difference, our forage wagon to that forage wagon. So let's get this harvest done, and then let's see if there's an animal transport in the shop. But that could be that's a 50,000 liter forage wagon, which is fantastic. I'm assuming it will fit into the animal enclosure there. If it doesn't, hopefully they take it back. I don't know if you can put I don't know if there's like an external spot to put straw, or if then what it I guess if it would suck, but if the forage wagon is too big to fit into the actual animal barn there, then we'd have to dump into the silo, then pick up with some kind of trailer and transport that into the animals area there, which would be unfortunate, but be an extra step we wouldn't necessarily want to have to take, but I guess it is what it is. I feel like we just kind of launched into this one without a lot of additional fanfare. Small talk was missing. We not while there's not a ton of stuff to chat about, there are a couple things that I think are pretty cool. One, I swear I saw him post this video and then take it down and then now post it officially, but Dagwin posted a map tour of the Palanier map, I guess that's how we're saying it. That's the MA7 map in France, which I absolutely love the map. I mentioned, I think, that I tried to play it in FS22 before they did a major update, and I never went back to it, but because I had an issue with the way their fields were set up. So I'm curious to see. Assuming that he was able to do a full map tour, that we're going to see this at some point. Whether or not it's already been submitted to Giants, I don't know. I know they do have their own method of distributing mods and stuff. That's where I got the Fiat Agri that I've raved about before. Though we did the tour on Comlands actually with the Fiat, so I'm assuming that map we'll see at some point here. Provided the fields aren't the way they were when I tried it out in FS22. Anyways, we're gonna do a can I play on it, guaranteed, and then I'm hopeful that I can play because I absolutely love. I don't know how I would play it, to be honest, because I love the starter farm on that map is amazing. It's all custom by MA7 Studios, and I'm kind of generalizing. I don't know if they work with somebody else that should be getting credit also, but I'm just going to say that MA7 here. But yeah, that I'll try to remember to put a link to the Daggerwin tour. Unless the map's already out, then I'll put a link to my own dang tour. Oh shit. That's what happens when you're just talking. Damn it. I don't know what that actually destroyed, but it definitely destroyed a little bit of crops there. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of cool. It was nice to see that. So we got a really good. I mean, the map looks amazing. So we got a really good kind of look at it when Dagon was driving around, and I mean his map tours aren't. It's probably the kind of way I would do a map tour. It's not super detailed, so he basically makes a point to drive on every road, but he doesn't get into all the productions and things like that. Not like say a Farmer Klein map tour. So anyways, I mean there's a lot to discover on the map. The details is amazing, but yeah, the way the starter farm opens out onto the street is just really, really amazing. So there's that, and then today we had just a whole slew of what looked like Giants mods for the most part. Very few non-Giants. Like when it says Giants software beside the mod, I'm assuming that is a straight up Giants mod. So we didn't get a lot of. I don't know. Maybe there was a dozen, 20 mods maybe, but yeah. So like I said, the majority of them look like Giants mods. So where's all the modders mods? I don't know. So I'm assuming we're still going to see it's a Tuesday right now, the first Tuesday in February that I'm recording this. So let's see what happens over the next little bit here, whether we start getting absolutely rained on for mods or whether they just keep trickling through like they seem to be doing here. They did, Giants did post something, I guess, what is it, their blog or whatever? They posted a roadmap to the Q1 and Q2 of this year. So sort of the first 6 months, I guess, would be what that would represent. A lot of cool stuff in it, talking about remastering Silver Run and bringing that out, remastering another map that, assuming was a previous map that we've been able to play in one of the versions of FS, so they're remastering that for FS25. Talking about equipment, talking about DLC, talking about a whole bunch of stuff, patches and everything. So that's kind of cool. But I'm hoping. I mean, one of the things they did say in sort of intro to that was, now that everybody's back at work, we're all. I think did they say something about like we're all feeling sparkly or something like that? I don't remember what the wording was, but. What I took from it was, hey, we're all here, so maybe now we can actually start getting mods out. There's like currently there's nothing in the way that we're playing that we're lacking. We have the tractors, we have all that stuff. What is lacking though for me is going to be the inexpensive older stuff that I want to use on a survival series. I really want to start something, and there's just not the right equipment for it. I've seen some mods outside of Mod Hub that I could probably use, but I'm kind of holding out hope that we get something on Mod Hub, so that way I don't run into any issues. Like I'd hate to start a series and then have some kind of catastrophic mod conflict somewhere down the road and not be able to continue it. Right? I did see. Crap, I can't remember who I saw. Somebody had posted something recently about having a bit of a computer meltdown and losing. Oh, you know who it was? No, I think that was the City Skylines creator, Canadian Moose. Lost 2 builds that were part of 2 different series. A lot of time and effort goes into that, but yeah, he had some issue and ended up losing that. So I hate to, comparatively in FS 25 here, I'd hate to lose something. But let's see, man, we're cooking along here for a job that I wanted to get a worker to do. We'll definitely have to have an additional cornfield, I think, when we get into the spring. This is great. It's going to look a little barren now. This will be harvested. I guess we don't have to. I think we can pretty much take the straw off it. I see in like, you know, the real farmers in this area, when they harvest the corn. Oh, stop. Jeez. There's no warning for that. When they stop, the farmers here, when they harvest their corn, they essentially leave the corn stalks like this, and they cultivate in the spring. So I guess there's really nothing you need to do to the field right after cultivation, right? You just kind of let it ride and go at it again in the springtime. That's probably when we'll. I'm seeing flour out there already. Corn flour is already spitting out. We'll probably. Do whatever field expansions and that when it's time to cultivate it. Extra fine premium corn flour, all-purpose corn flour. Yeah, we're over 50,000 liters so far. All right, last little bit over here. What is that? 50,000 liters at $1,700 per 1,000 liters. I did this on the calculator. It's roughly $85,000. So we could by the time we're done here end up with $100,000 worth of, once converted to corn flour, about $100,000 worth, which is pretty dang good. Obviously, it's likely another January sale though. I guess the other thing we should watch for with that truck now, that we have, that sort of transport truck, is maybe we can find. I wonder what it would look like if we found an enclosed trailer and how many pallets we could store in an enclosed trailer, because we could use that to move pallets back and forth to whatever the sell point is. But at the same time, we can just load stuff into it as we harvest. It may seem like all I'm posting right now is New Frontier content, and it kind of is. I'm at a point on Riverbend where there's really good stuff happening. But I did, if you recall in the last episode, if you watch that series, say that we would meet back when it was time to harvest that wheat field. So what I'm doing over there right now, actually, is trying to get as much as I can. Did I have that field yet? No, I think actually there's one episode that's going to come out still, but yeah, I'm trying to get as much money as I can because we need a harvester. We're going to need a harvester for the wheat, and obviously then eventually the sunflowers. So we'll need a couple heads, but. I'm also going to need a cotton harvester. I prefer not to have to lease it, but I mean, I guess if I have to, I have to. But I want to make sure that we own one of those harvesters. So I've been selling tree. I've got probably access to about $400,000 on that map right now, between what I have in cash and what's sitting in the sawmills, basically ready to sell. So it's not like I don't have the money. I could probably, if the right options came up, I could probably afford to buy both a cotton harvester and a regular grain harvester. But I just need the right thing to come up. I'd love to see. We got to check here how many trees I've cut down on this map, but same thing on that map. It just feels like so many. Over there, the trees are just worth way more though because of the amount of wood that's packed into those things. I got the harvest done off camera there. Obviously, just kind of ended, and now it's the next day. If not, actually, maybe 2 days. What did I say? Was I recording on a Tuesday? It doesn't even matter. Anyways, regardless, it's the next day. Let's just put it that way. And what a difference a day makes. The more mods came out today, so this will kind of give you a bit of point of reference as to what day it is. Yesterday, Follow Me came out, which was cool. So that was either after I was recording or on a different day or whatever. But anyways, so Follow Me's out now, which is awesome. If you've not had a chance to use that or don't even know what it is, you can basically set a worker in one of your vehicles and have them follow you. And where that's a benefit, it would be, for example, if you're let's say I'm running the harvester, I could have a tractor with a baler behind me, basically bailing. And then I could even program another vehicle behind that to pick up the bales. So that's really handy. You can get, yeah, so anyways, there's that. There's a couple really interesting mods that came, well, this is probably not a good, this may be a little bit skinny coming down here. This is a bad plan. A couple interesting mods that came out today. One, financing, so no long, which looks like when you install it, you no longer have the option to lease. I actually just double checked. I have it installed now in this series. I wanted to see what it looked like, and yeah, when I went to go look at a vehicle, I don't see that I had the option to lease it now. I only had the option to finance it, which is kind of odd. But if that's the case, because I mean, leasing in this, so leasing in FS25 so far has been kind of the equivalent of renting, I would say, because you could essentially lease it and then immediately return it without having to, you know, fulfill the balance of your lease or make any arrangements. Whereas in real life, if you select a specific term for a lease, you gotta do something with it if you want out. But financing, what it does is just it takes the purchase price and then divides it over a term, right? And it looks like you can get 12 months. Actually, I'd be guessing if I said. I'm not going to guess. But whatever the terms are, you've got 3 different interest rates. It looks like, and it just takes the total amount and divides it by whatever that term is. You know what? What am I saying? I have the forge wagon in the shed, don't I? All right. Before we do anything with the straw in that field, we're going to go repair this forge wagon and see what it's worth once it's repaired, because we're looking at that larger forge wagon that's in the shop right now, in the used store, for what was it, like $67,000 or something. It was a big number, but I think if I can get enough for this, then it sort of makes it easier to justify the trade. But anyways, yeah. So financing's out now, which is new. I guess I don't remember seeing financing before. I do remember seeing lease to own, which I did like that. So hopefully financing is good. I mean, lease to own was similar too, I believe. You just paid for whatever it was you wanted over a period of time, and then I think it had like a low buyback at the end. Oh, $200 repair. All right, so let's see what this is worth. So $25,000. So 25, and then how much was the other one? 67. So it's like $40,000. So it's basically $70,000 versus our 25.6. Oh, okay, well, here's the deal, right? Once I'm done picking up the straw, all this grass is ready to mow. So we have a lot of picking up to do here. And if I do it all with this forge wagon, it's going to be twice the amount of effort, I guess, really. Should I just stop being cheap and go ahead and buy it? What was the other thing we needed to buy? Cows. Well, water buffaloes. And we needed an animal trailer. Oh, of which that financing kind of screws me up, because I had kind of thought that maybe we would just we would just lease it. Let me just look at something. If we go to animal transport now, wow, that's really not much. That's only 12. Look at that. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me, game? All right, so we could get this big ass trailer here and carry 12 cows, water buffaloes, whatever, for $125,000, or for $100,000 less, we can carry 6. Because I know what I would do. I would save the $100,000 and buy this one. But oh wait, no, there's leasing. Oh, okay. So you know what? Look, in new there's leasing. In used, there's either buy or financing. Where prior you just had to buy a used piece of it, whatever. So now we can actually take something used and make payments on it instead of just straight up purchasing it for cash. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that. That makes sense. So if we come back over here, just as an idea. Okay, so I mean, we could lease this thing. I probably would lease it, and maybe, you know, if we made like 10 trips initially and got ourselves like 120 water buffaloes to see sort of how that goes, that would make sense. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about me being a cheapskate and not wanting to buy this forage wagon because I'm trying to save 50 grand. All right, let's. I don't think we get. Let's go test something too. I don't think we get more for this if we sell it at the store. I heard somebody say, or I saw something or whatever, that that's not the case right now in the game. But you know what? Let's go find out. I half want to hang on to this thing anyways and not sell it, but you know what? Let's just go get rid of it and we'll go get the bigger wagon. Where I might regret what we're doing here is if that forage wagon doesn't fit into. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't fit into the hayloft and or the barn. But let's find out. If it's a lot taller, then we're kind of screwed. I don't know. That trailer looks pretty big. Let's get this thing stood up beside it and we'll compare. Ugh, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out. What I mean, what it mean? I think that'll fit into the hay loft, no problem. But where we might have a. So okay, well, think about this. If I'm picking up and I'm dropping straw into the hay loft, that's an external drop. It's only the only time I ever have to go into the hay loft is when I'm getting the stuff to go then put somewhere. So I just need a so if it is too big, I would need a trailer to extract from the hayloft, while this trailer could dump into the hayloft. Also with the cow barn, or what's going to be the water buffalo barn, if I can also just have a separate trailer to put stuff into that. So okay, well let's just see over here, because I think over here is the shop, right? Okay, there's the trigger. Oh god, that's worth way more. 28,000 versus 25. Okay, so whoever said that it doesn't make a difference, because I swear I saw on a channel somewhere that somebody said that currently in game it doesn't make a difference if you sell it at the store or not. And it might have been on Riverbend, but I mean that's 25.6 if I just sold it direct through my vehicle list, and now I'm in the shop, and that's 28. So what is that, like $2,500 roughly? So that makes life a little better. All right, so now this truck here, maybe we'll just move it out of the area here for the shop. Let's just move it over. I guess I'm going to see later how loud this is compared to everything else, but I don't really need to bring it back until we have something to tow, really. So we'll just leave that there, because if we do lease that animal, well, we're going to lease that animal trailer, then we can just come up here and do our business. All right, I'm just going to put the forage wagon here on the case, so we got a little bit more power in front of it. We'll find out if it fits anywhere when we're full. We'll try to put some straw into the animal shelter there or whatever. Also, I took the Fendt and I put the mower onto it. I figured we might as well get mowing. So does anybody else find it strange that the grass was ready to cut already? Did we not literally just plant it? I swear we just planted the grass, and now it's October. I gotta go back and look to see when we actually planted it, but that seems fast, doesn't it? I mean, I guess I could pay attention to stuff like that and know exactly what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'll go back and look anyways. I'm sure I'll make a note about how either smart or dumb I am in the on screen with some text. but yeah, well, yeah, ripping back there. I can see the guy with the lawnmower just flying across. I set him up for 3 headlands, and then the up and down, so that way, at least if he was trying to turn around, I ran into some issues. Actually, on the property that I put the animal enclosure onto there, I had set a worker up to mow it, I think, and I ran into a bunch of issues every time the guy tried to turn around. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen on the other field over there. But yeah, I'm just surprised that it's ready to mow. Anyways, so at least by the end of this episode, we'll try to do this, right? We'll try to get all the straw picked up. We'll get a jump on the mowing. I have enough hay already to put into the cow barn, so we could feed any animals that we want to add. So. Actually, that guy's flying over there, so he may be done pretty quick. But with the mowing, but if the worker's still mowing and we're done picking up all the straw and putting it into wherever it is we're going to put it into, then we'll go lease that trailer and start moving animals, moving and buying animals actually, because then we can get going there anyways. But yeah, that's wild. I don't think we won't. It's October now, so obviously we're not going to get more, like we're not going to be able to mow again, I don't think. But anyways, who knows? Yeah, strange. So the other mod that came out, which I find very interesting. So I like the way things are starting to shape up. We're starting to get a number of like very kind of like that add a layer of challenge sort of mods. There's one that launched today called Weather, I believe. It's just called Weather, I think, which is more than just weather, but basically it affects the depth of snow, it affects the time on the ground for snow, it affects traction depending on the conditions, which include everything from weight to ground conditions, so mud, snow, pavement, whatever. So it affects your ability to stop and turn, for example, is what I'm kind of reading between the lines. It affects so moisture affects your crops, and I don't really know, unfortunately we have nothing. So if moisture affects the crops, we don't have a way to like water our crops. There's no irrigation, there's nothing like that. So that one seems a little bit unfair, but I don't know how that works yet. I've not tested it. There are new sort of weather, they call them disasters, I guess, but I don't know that. So one of them is like heavy fog, for example, where it becomes very difficult to see. So I don't know if that's a disaster really, but whatever. So blizzards are another one, which could be very interesting. I lived through blizzards where I'm at here in Canada, so there's nothing strange there. But I do kind of like, I'm freezing right now. It's snowed all day here, and we've had freezing rain. I kind of don't want to. I don't want a mod that gives me more winter. I want less winter. Damn it. But anyways, I like the fact that that'll create a new layer of challenge. Hail will damage vehicles and wreck and apparently, so it'll accelerate damage and apparently do something to paint. So that's pretty cool. So there may be more things too that I'm missing, but I think that's cool. I think we're going to want to try that when we do a survival series. Basically, all of that stuff that just makes the game more miserable is what we're going to want. Shoot. Sorry. We want miserable. Oh, speaking of miserable. Oh my gosh. That is an absolute tight squeeze. Oh no, we're stuck. Oh, but it fits. Look. Wait, am I caught on something else? No, it doesn't. Look. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, well, it fit. I just had a horrible feeling that this might be a dump trailer, and all of a sudden we're going to get pinned inside here. Let's see if we can get out. So with enough speed, we can get in. Oh no, we have more. I may have screwed us up here. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, okay. Don't look at the ceiling. Oh, we'll just ramming speed. Oh shoot. Oh, you know why? Look, the ground comes up. All right, let's see what that actually means. Oh. I'll be right back. Okay, let's try that again. That little terrain edit really paid off. So obviously I'm going to have to increase the size of this kind of gravel pad over here, so we're not driving on the grass. But yeah, I couldn't get through the door, so we got a little bit of a depression there. But that's fine. It gets the job done. So I wonder if that's the same thing on the other side, which will maybe if I screw with that a little bit, it'll help us get in that side. So. Anyway, so now we have 130,000 liters of straw in there, which is good. So this is great. This forage wagon is just what the doctor ordered. We've just like basically cut in half the amount of times we're gonna have to go back to the to empty, right? Which is good. So yeah, so by the end of this episode, and I really apologize if I'm jumping around a little bit, but I mean, it did kind of throw me off having to stop recording and jump into another day. But honestly, all I kept thinking about was how much I wanted to come back and keep going here, because I've been just really enjoying this map. But by the end of this day, it'd be nice to have animals in the pen, just so we can see what the water buffaloes are like, and then B, start producing slurry, manure, milk, like all the good stuff, the stuff that's going to make us rich, and the stuff that's going to stop us from having to spend money on slurry, manure, that kind of thing. So I had a question about how much straw we were going to get off of a corn harvest. I don't think we're getting a bunch. I don't know what to expect. Oh, I guess this is a 50,000 liter trailer though. I was gonna say it doesn't seem to be filling up fast, but filling up means 50,000 liters. So we may get 40,000 liters off of this field. We put 50 into the cow barn over there, and we're almost at 20. We're almost at 20 now. So yeah, more than that. So that's good. Cow barn. So there was an update to that, and it was mostly dealing with triggers for putting food and straw in there, from what I could tell. And now I didn't notice that there was a problem when I tested it, but obviously there was problem enough that they had to run an update. So with every update comes a bit of a cringe factor as you go to log in the next time to make sure that everything still looks the way that you left it. And from what I can tell, everything is still good. All the stuff that we had initially put in there just to kind of, I guess, test to see if it would go in there. I don't know why we put anything in there, but maybe that's why we did it. It was still there, which is good. I'm gonna go put this one in the hayloft, but that's like 95,000 liters off of this one field, because really we're 50,000 liters per trailer, and we put 50,000 into the animal enclosure. So yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh my god, look at the pallets. I got some work to do. Okay, so this looks like that would fit into the hayloft, which is good. So we'll put whatever we can in here. I don't think we're going to be able to put I don't think we'll be able to put all of it. Never mind, obviously there was more room than I thought. Oh, we even have mushrooms coming out now. January is going to be a lucrative month. We're going to be making some serious money in January. So we'll see. I'm not sure how much more I can get into the hay loft, but or straw loft, I guess, since we're using straw. But whatever doesn't go in there will go into the other silo. Now I gotta watch, because I don't want to just turn all of it into. I'll probably want to turn some of it into silage / digestate, but I'll want to store some of it also, so that way we can put it into the animal enclosure there. So we'll just have to keep our eyes on that. I don't know how fast the animals are going to go through the straw. I mean, it's really just used as bedding, right? So how quickly will they soil that, or whatever it is that makes it deplete? I was asking, so I mentioned, I think in the last episode, what I think it was that I mentioned that Farmer Mike had a ridiculous number of animals in. He made a really big enclosure, and I want to say it was like 1,900 animals or some crazy number like that. So I had made a comment on his video asking him how much they ate, or how much they consumed. And while I don't have any specifics, he did comment in that it was a crazy number. So I don't know what that means for us. We're only 300, so I mean we're like a fraction of what his would hold, but we'll see what happens. I think I was starting to mention earlier what we're not seeing with mods. Yeah, I think this was just as we were getting the trailer stuck in the doorway. What we're seeing some mods, but we're not seeing our maps. So it'd be nice to start to see some of those. I wonder if so. What did I say? Today's Wednesday. Yes. Today's Thursday. Sorry. Yeah, Thursday. So we've not. So I think the last few Fridays, or last couple Fridays, anyways, we didn't see any mods on the Friday, which was odd. It seemed like a day you'd want to get out a bunch of mods because then people could enjoy them over the weekend. Although you can't make any changes or like take things down or whatever if it's the weekend, if nobody's working. But so maybe they avoid Fridays because of that. I have no idea. But it'd be nice to see some maps come out that we can go play around on in the next drop. I'm having enough fun on the two maps that I'm playing now, so it's not like I really need one, but it's fun to get on a different map and kind of explore. Not to mention, I think we're gonna see some cool shit out of map makers this year, as far as custom buildings and custom productions and custom like crop types and stuff. I just have this feeling we're gonna see more. Now, I don't know whether FS25 is moddable the same way as maybe FS22 was, or if it's better now, or more flexible. I don't know what the deal is, but I guess I'm just sort of guessing that we're gonna see more. Should I top up? I guess I should. Let me go whatever I get to in this pass here. We'll go put whatever we can into the animal pen, and then the rest can go in the silo. All right, so I don't want to just fly in here. Oh, shoot. Almost think maybe we got it back in the other door. There we go. Third time's a charm each time, right? Oh. Okay. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay. So we can still fit another, like, 15,000 liters of straw in here. I'm assuming that the two... Yeah, okay. So the sides are they're connected. Actually, does it look like you can now see straw in here? I think that... Before, yeah, you know what? You can see straw now too, which is good. Because before it just looked like there was just patches on the ground, but now it looks like the floor is covered. We'll have to see if we see something similar for food. I don't know where we'd look for that, but it's probably in the... Yeah, like I don't see like a feeding trough for them at all, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right? All right, we just hit our second full load here. So we had like almost 100,000 on the first field. We basically have just hit 100,000 on this field. So there's maybe another, maybe we'll get another full load out of this actually. Which would be crazy. We got 150,000 liters of straw off this and 100,000 off of that side. That's a good day at the office. Oh yeah, I guess we could. The next load we'll top up the barn, the cow barn. Gotta be careful navigating all those greenhouses. Wouldn't want to hit one by accident. I got my work cut out for me when you guys are gone. Obviously, I kind of want to get a large windrow and allow myself to kind of gather all that. To create less rows basically, but I don't know that I'll... You've seen how cheap I can... Well, cheap? I don't know, frugal, whatever you want to call it. Hesitant on spending money, maybe is more like it. So I don't know whether we'll do that or not, or whether I'll just tough it out. one of the other thoughts, so if you remember, was having a bit of a brain lock when I was trying to figure out what to do with the goats, whether or not we, or I guess if we build an enclosure, like an enclosed enclosure for the goats and sheep, then what do we do with that space that we have where the goats are currently? Now it definitely opens up some room for the yard there. One thing that we might do actually, and I like the shed we have right now, so we may or may not keep it if this scenario does play out. But there was a couple ICUS modding came out with a couple large scale shops. One in particular is really awesome and I think would be fantastic on the map, which I would not be opposed to reworking our entire shed situation and maybe getting rid of our original shed, getting rid of the shed that I loved so much, getting rid of the little red shed that we put in there, and then going in and installing one of these big shops. You can put a wash bay right inside. It's super cool anyway, so we may play around with that at some point, but that might be who knows, it could be a before January thing, or it might be after our big sell-off with all of our pallets. But I don't really want to, I kind of want to play, like I want to play around with stuff in this series, right? I don't want to just do one thing and leave it like that, so being able to upgrade the yard like that would be pretty cool. I gotta get that mower onto the next field, but we'll get this load here first. Yeah, I would say for sure this is a 150,000 liter field when it comes to corn straw. So let's try something a little different this time. Let me just back the rear end into this far end of the shed. Hopefully we don't get caught on anything, and then I think I can just dump over there, and it will filter the straw throughout the entire barn. Oh. I think I got to be straight on because right now the tractor's too high up. Which, if that's the case, I definitely need to lower that, or increase the size of this little pad here. I always find these ones that have like the... Oh. Alright, let's go the other end and do the speed wedge. There we go. Not liking that very much. So I think for future we're going to have to find ourselves a lower trailer, so we don't have to do battle with this entrance every time. Yeah, okay. Let's top up a little bit more. 14,000. Yeah, I guess let's grab whatever else we can in the field here before we go dump this into the straw loft there. So yeah, we're like, what, 160 something? 165? That's good. I moved the worker over to the bigger field over yonder, so they could get cutting. I just figured no sense waiting. They did miss a few spots on this field, so once we're done with the workers, then I'll grab the mower myself, go back and just get any touch-ups before we go and run the forage wagon through there. But that's good. It's good when you can get the bulk of the work done with a worker. So yeah, so we'll get this last little bit of straw picked up, and then we'll go lease that animal trailer and probably grab a load or two of animals together, and then we'll sort of see where we're at. I think that might be it, but we'll see. All right, this is the last swath to pick up, and then we'll be done with the straw anyways. Then obviously we have a ton of grass to pick up. I'm not looking forward to that, but I think I'll be doing that between episodes anyways, so no worries there, folks. Okay, let's try something new. Oh, there you go. Hopefully I picked the right truck, more like the right chassis for the truck. All right, let's go get some animals. A whopping 12 of them. Oh, what a nightmare. Put this stupid rule where you have to transport your own animals. All right, we got load 1 on. Let's go introduce them to their new home. I guess we'll still go this way, right? All right, we are back in the neighborhood with our new friends. This, I mean, drive's pretty smooth. We're 50 kilometers an hour right now. I think we got up to about 60. Might have been downhill with a tailwind, but I think we still did it. So this, I believe, goes into the middle piece over here. Let's look back here and see if we're close enough. I could probably just do this right from the menu and not have to come back here, but let's see. Okay, there you go. 12 animals. All right, we're just off to get our third load. Man, I just had... it's always an adventure when I'm trying to record content here. We had a... Like I think I mentioned, we have a snowstorm today, freezing rain, all kinds of great stuff as usual. Just a balmy summer afternoon here in Canada with a blizzard and feels like minus 30 and that's Celsius anyways. And it's not summer, just being sarcastic. But anyways, yeah, so we had another power blip, which is always fun. But anyway, so I had just a small amount of stuff to redo in the game here. When right before it cut out, we had just dropped off our first load of animals back at the farm. So now we're just getting our third load here. So these are not very they're not cheap. So at about $14,000 per load, yeah, it's adding up. So. Well, these will be the 36th and up to 36 animals now once these ones are dropped off. So I was using Courseplay basically, I was using auto drive to get a worker to bring the trailer up here, and then I was just making the purchase and then having the worker bring the trailer back while I started to pick up grass. So. I'm almost through my first full load of grass pickup back at the farm, so that's kind of the way it's gonna shake out for us. So I don't know how many more loads of animals I'm going to be able to stomach as far as what we're gonna run back and forth with right now. I mean, I've leased the trailer, so I think what I need to do is a bunch of them, which I'll do. We'll run back and forth, and then I'll return this, but. Let's go see what these guys look like in the pen. Yeah, so we now have 36 of 310 possible animals in here. So where did they get to? At one point we saw one in here. Like, I wonder if we'll see them in here at night. I wonder if we'll ever see them in here. Let's get a good look at one of these guys. What's going on? Or girls, I guess. How's it going there, girls? Those horns look painful, so I think I'm just gonna go. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go back over here. Anyway, so I think this is what the rest of my day is going to consist of, and i.e. this. The rest of my episode here, as we say, we bid you farewell. We're gonna end this one here, and then so I don't really know when the next episode is gonna be as far as in game, because now we'll have had So if I get the guy finished with the grass, if I get all that picked up, so yeah, basically if I get buffalo to the tune of about 100 of them, if I get the grass picked up and put into the fermenting silo for drying, I guess really the hay dryer, I'll fill this. I'll fill the enclosure here with hay, so these guys have something to eat. Although they do have the field, right? They have the meadow grass. Yeah, they have 26,000 liters of meadow grass, so I'm not too worried about putting a ton of food in here otherwise. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know what the next... I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what the next episode is going to be, but I'm sure it will be exciting. We'll figure out where we're at. Because, yeah, there's nothing to plant. There's just literally pallets. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it'll be great, whatever it is. So I'll see you when we get there. All right. I'll enjoy the sunset, and thanks for joining me in this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.